Hello everyone, in this video we are going to test our knowledge of key historical events that influenced literature. So in the previous video we did talk about Hundred Years' War, War of Roses, Black Death and Peasants' Revolt. So in this video we are going to test our knowledge whether we are able to answer some of the important questions by keeping all these historical events in mind of the 14th and 15th century. Now, the first one is the Hundred Years' War was fought between which two countries? So, it was fought between England and France. Which famous English author lived during the time of Hundred Years' War and reflected societal changes in his work? And that particular writer is Geoffrey Chaucer. The Black Death reached England in which year? It reached England in 1348. What percentage of population is estimated to have died due to the Black Death in England? So, the estimated population that died during the Black Death is 30%. That is one third of the overall population of Europe, and which is almost up to 30 million. Which medieval poem is known for reflecting the societal upheaval caused by the Black Death? And that particular writer is the work is Piers Plowman, which is written by William Langland. Now, the Peasants' Revolt of 1381 was primarily caused by high taxes and feudal oppression. The next one is the Peasants' Revolt in 1381 was led by which notable figure? And that figure was Wat Taylor. He took charge when it comes to Peasants' Revolt. Which major literary work written during the time of Peasants' Revolt includes characters from various societal classes? And that work is the Canterbury Tales, which is comprised of almost different stories, numerous stories. The next one is the War of Roses was fought between which two English houses? And those houses were Lancaster and York, and uh, their fighting was ended by the uprising of the Tudor dynasty. And the most prominent figure in Tudor dynasty is Henry VII. Which English playwright dramatized the War of Roses in his famous history plays? And that is William Shakespeare in Richard III and Henry VI, right? Which of the following literary themes became more prominent as a result of Black Death? So the prominent themes that were because of the Black Death became prominent and famous were that of death and suffering. The famous Battle of Agincourt, part of the Hundred Years' War, is portrayed in which Shakespeare play? And that is Henry V. Which plague led to the dramatic reduction of the English population in the 14th century, influencing literature and societal structure? And that is the Black Death. The outcome of the War of the Roses led to the establishment of which royal dynasty? And that is the Tudor dynasty, as we have discussed it before as well. The next one is the War of the Roses ended with the victory of which king? That is the Henry VII. Henry VII rose to the top when it comes to a War of the Roses. So there was a war between two of the dynasty. The one is York and the other one is Lancaster. And Henry VII was the prominent figure of the Tudor dynasty. When he rose to the power to the top, the the overall bone of contention between the Lancaster and York, and they were actually fighting to get the throne. So Henry the Seventh got the throne, and the overall fighting ended between the two houses, Lancaster and the York. So I hope you would have tested your knowledge, and if you are able to answer all these questions correctly, then definitely you're not supposed to. You're very like you're good to go. But if you do have problems in answering such questions, you need to get back to the previous video that I made on the key events, and I have named all of these events like Hundred Years' War, War of Roses, Peasants' Revolt, and Black Death. So that's all. See you in the next one. Stay tuned. Allah Hafiz.